blue collar and white collar meaning. Understanding and using these common words. Greetings, colleagues. I'm Timothy Barrett, and this is the 4 Business English Rundown. This is the show for all those who want to improve their professional communication skills in English. Today, we're going to talk about blue collar and white collar. So blue collar and white collar, what do these terms mean? We see this a lot, not just in business English, but in everyday English. So that's why I wore this shirt. This is a white collar shirt. Now, it helps me to think about it this way, and hopefully it helps you as well. Think back in the time where most people probably worked in a factory or something like that. They had a physical labor job. That's really not true, at least in the United States, in most of the developed countries anymore. But in the past, it was true. I mean, most people were farmers, then they kind of moved to factories, that sort of thing. Now, if you have that type of physical labor job, are you going to wear a white shirt? No, it's going to get dirty, before you even get your first break. So instead, people would often wear blue shirts, often kind of like a denim, kind of like a jean type shirt, which is kind of more rugged. If you spill something on it or get grease or oil or something on it, it's not going to really show that as much. And so we would call those people blue-collar workers or blue-collar employees or just blue-collar guys. And back then, they were pretty much all men. Now, in contrast, who were the other people? The supervisors, the managers. Those were white-collar. Now, sometimes you could see like a blue-collar worker gets promoted, and eventually he's no longer hands-on, but now he's a supervisor, and he's no longer wearing that blue shirt. He's got to wear a white shirt. And why does he wear a white shirt? Well, it kind of shows that he's a manager, a boss. He's not getting dirty anymore. If he was getting dirty all the time, he'd wear that blue shirt. But he's wearing a white shirt, kind of showing he doesn't have to get his hands dirty anymore. And so then you had that's kind of separation between blue collar, the physical workers, and the white collar, the managers over the blue collar workers, or maybe the people who just work in the back office, that don't necessarily get their hands dirty. That might not be management, but they're not getting their hands dirty. Now, in the 21st century, in most of the developed world, most employees are more white-collar employees. Most people work in an office, some kind of environment like that. In an office, even if you're not the manager, that's still a white-collar job. You're not getting your hands dirty. So blue-collar kind of implies you're doing something physical and maybe getting dirty, maybe getting your hands dirty working on that. White-collar, you're usually not getting physical. You're not getting your hands dirty. You can kind of stay clean. And sometimes it is more management and employees when we mean blue collar and white collar. So it kind of depends on the context. Now, blue collar or white collar, you can refer to for a lot of different things. For instance, you can talk about a blue collar neighborhood or a blue collar city. It's a lot of working class, people that work, live here or live in this area, that sort of thing. Whereas, this is a white-collar area, maybe it means it's a little bit more upscale. But remember, white-collar doesn't exactly mean rich, because not all white-collars are management, not all management is upper class or anything like that. But blue-collar is more universal for working class. Now, of course, there are some blue-collar employees that make a lot of money. There's lots of tradesmen that are experts in their field and can demand a lot of money in their field, even though they get their hands dirty and even though they're blue collar. So it's not exactly synonymous with wealth or anything like that. But we often see these in movies and conversations, in news shows. They'll refer to people or areas or jobs as blue collar. This is a blue collar job or this is a white collar job. Or I've had enough blue collar jobs, I want a white collar job, where I don't have to get my hands dirty, or maybe where it's nice and air conditioned and heated inside, that sort of thing. Now, what do you think? Would you rather a blue collar job or a white collar job? When I was younger and I was just starting out, I had a lot of blue collar jobs, being outside, working with my hands, things like that. And I had some white collar jobs as well, and especially going back to law school, and sent me on a path of definitely white collar work. And sometimes that's nice, but sometimes I kind of miss being outside or doing something physical. There's definitely an advantage to that as well. What do you think? Do you prefer a blue-collar job or a white-collar job? Let me know in the chat. All right, it's time to conquer that like button and make it ours. Please like and subscribe. If you enjoyed this video, please check out my other videos. This has been 4 Business English Rundown. Work hard today and enjoy tomorrow.